What is going on, everybody? Welcome to That Franchise Guy, and Madden 18 is in our hands, and we are going to review Franchise Mode, my favorite mode for Madden. So when announcements for this game first started coming out, there was a lot of negative energy around Franchise Mode, which is really a fan favorite. People saying that EA was not really upgrading the game mode, and after playing it for a little bit here, I can honestly say this is not the case. They did spend some time on Franchise Mode. It's not perfect. They didn't fix everything, but there's definitely some stuff to look forward to here. Player regression now. This is the biggest thing for me, which I ridiculed in my rebuild series. You got a player at 29 years old, receivers, corners, running backs, they're not going to dip below that 90 speed mark, which would basically make a player useless in the past. You would have to dump players at that age in the past. This is no longer. So a nice fix there. They added Play Live, which is another feature I've really been asking for. When it's the middle of the NFL season, I want to play a franchise mode from the current standings with the current stats. You got the Browns at 1-5 and they haven't been playing Kaiser, but you want to see what they would look like if you started Kaiser, go on a big run, win Rookie of the Year. You can do that now and you don't have to set anything up to do it. So I love that feature. They added draft boards, and this is a feature I wasn't terribly excited when they announced it, but once I started playing, it really made me feel like it was a great feature. In the past, I would actually take notes going into my drafts. Now you have all of that right there. You can move guys up and down, so I like that feature a lot. It seems they fixed combine scores a little bit, that some players would have odd combine grades, have odd agility, acceleration ratings, so that seems to be a little better this year. Now, cuts in week 4 of the preseason, you don't have to make a bunch of cuts before week 4. So now you can really make use of that practice squad. That's something that I like that they fixed. And the presentation for this game looks pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Especially the soundtrack is fantastic. The intro for these games looks great, as I will play right here.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League presented by EA Sports. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in off a good win on the road, and now
another change. Athletic traits are now more expensive, and I actually like this feature. If you're a more casual player, you can still edit these traits, but I was actually pretty happy that they made this more expensive. You know, having an MVP season with Zeke Elliott doesn't mean you should be able to get his speed to 99, so I really like that. And then one last fix, it seems they've at least tweaked the age for prospects in the draft. This is something I noted with way too many 24-year-old players. At least in my first playthrough, I noticed way more players at 21 years old and way less at 24, though they were still there. But that's not confirmed, that's just off my first draft class. So while they did fix some things, there is some stuff that was not upgraded that I would have liked to see. You got the XP system and free agency, and the way contracts work are virtually the same. Trade logic is about the same. I like that you still can no longer trade for a superstar very easily, but the trade logic in terms of draft picks is still pretty flawed. For example, you can trade a 6th round pick for a future 4th. That does not add up to me. And the drafting logic still seems pretty flawed. As we see here, the top 4 teams all desperately need a quarterback, but no one takes a quarterback. How often have we seen teams in real life reach for a Mitch Trubisky, Blake Bortles, even if they aren't necessarily a top 10 prospect? I would have really liked to see that, especially at least at the quarterback position. And then you'll still see some weird names in the draft pool. Here you see Safarian Jenkins. There's a lot of names that I wish Madden would take out of the name pool. It ruins the immersion for me. I've seen Favre. I've seen Luck at quarterback. I've seen just a lot of names that I don't think need to be there, and when I see those, it irks me. So some stuff that was not changed, but definitely some improvements as well. This is a fairly positive review. I think a lot of people had some negative energy going in, but I am glad that they didn't completely ignore franchise mode. I'm really excited for Madden 18. I'm gonna be doing more reviews here, guys. I'm gonna do long shot, I'm gonna do a gameplay review, and just an overall Madden 18 review here as I get a chance to play this game with the early access. So that's all I got for franchise mode. Cheers, everyone. We'll see you for the next one.